All right, all right. Happy day, everyone. Welcome to Business Owner Burnout. We affectionately call this Bob. Bob is burnt out, okay? What does that look like, Abby?
Oh man, there's so many different it looks different for everybody to be honest, but for me, it can be draining. It makes me want to drag. It makes me question a whole lot of things and stuff. But like I said, it looks different for anybody. We have been talking about the different ways that it affects, different people over the past few weeks and the different types of people and everything like that. But before we get into that, because today we're going to talk about um you know, we're going to focus a little more on what we can actually do to try to help get out of that and maintain outside of that, right? So, but before we do that, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Abby. I am the CEO of Queendom Empire. I offer virtual COO services as well as online business management and outsource virtual assistants to try to help you with your business. So hopefully you don't even get to be burnt out, right? Um, because I know every now and again we could all use a little help, even though sometimes we like to think we don't need to, right? We could all use it. So that is what I am here for. Erica, you want to introduce yourself and what you do and what you have to offer?
Yes, yes. I'm Erica Kessie. I'm a love force with mysterious wisdom, celebrating life. I am a multifaceted leader. I would say that in this space, I would say I'm a fractional COO that offers support and partnership with healthcare organizations in having employee retention, engagement, and operational excellence through a three-step process of assessment, implementation, and sustainability. So that's what I'm going to highlight as one of the things that I offer. I offer many things. As you can see, I do have this corporate escape thing up on screen that you can see, and you can look into that as well. But what I am here to talk about, with in conjunction with my amazing COO Abby, because we're both COOs, we are able to work with each other. And so, wanting to allow business owners to, if you're burnt out, to go ahead and get the support that you need so that you can um, be able to operate in excellence. And if you are not and you're feeling like you're on the cusp of it, then you can go ahead and build you a team, because a CEO of a business or even administrative staff, it's not meant for us to do this thing alone. We need to kill the word solopreneur and allow ourselves to be supported in whatever ways that we can find support. And one way is through working with Abby, because she outsources VAs and also offers administrative services. So yes, Abby, this, of course I have to tell people about you. I'm really excited about the progress that we are making in your business, regarding getting a lot of VAs that are amazing, and that could really benefit businesses.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I actually have one just scheduled with me today, really. So
Oh, I know.
I know you know. I know you know. But yeah, we're steady building that list and it's amazing to see what is going on and stuff, and I am very excited about it. Um so Erica, I know that you have been working, but also, taking time away. Have you been dealing with burnout this past week since our last event?
Yeah, I've been proactively working on not having it. And you know what I want to say is, I think that we can talk about what it looks like to be healing from burnout, right? And
Okay.
I would say, I when I'm healing from burnout, it looks like an um a life that I've curated, that fits me, and I am supported. It'd be number two. I feel absolutely supported.
Mhm.
Um when I'm healing from burnout, I am checking myself to ensure that I'm not overdoing it or over serving.
What is that? Let's put a pin in that right there. Like, what do you mean by, because I use the same term as far as like, checking myself and things like that. But maybe not everybody really knows how to do that. So how do we do that?
Well, I mean,
How do
I
we
got to
check
start the
ourselves,
day.
so to
I
speak?
have to start the day. Um,
Yeah.
already, you, already holding space for myself to say that as things occur, I'm not going to be overzealous. It's a thing that I have called coast, where it's
Mhm.
called, instead of, because I'm a person that loves movement, I love development, movement, evolution. So I can't, a lot of people say sit down and be quiet, or just no movement, right? That's hard
Mhm.
for me. I need to be coasting. Now, coasting means to challenge overzealous action and seek transformation. So that's my checking. I take a moment to challenge anytime I feel like I want to do a lot, and I feel activated to do a lot for others and for myself. I say, wait a minute, what is the activity that I need to do in order to create transformation? Not to do activities, because that's doing a lot of activities actually is a trauma response.
Mhm. And I don't think a lot of people understand that either.
It is that's a way for you to soothe your anxiety.
Yeah.
It's a way
Kind of
to
just like
soothe
an
you
ignoring
feeling
it, and
overwhelmed. Huh?
yeah, kind of just like ignoring it, and then sweeping it under the rug, or putting it off, procrastinating from having to deal with it. Because either way, I mean, the what you're anxious about, what you have anxiety about, it's most of the time it doesn't just go away, right? Most of the time it's something you have to work through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that in itself is challenging and can be overwhelming and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people really don't want to do that. So I can definitely understand um why you would say that. It makes sense. If people really, sat down to think about that, I'm sure they'll probably find something they're anxious about. I can sometimes.
Yeah. And people who are doers or helpers are going to try to figure out another thing. When I find myself trying to figure something out, I think, who is already know this and that can answer it quickly? Like, why is it that I feel like I have to figure it out? Why not have people around me who just know that, and that everything's easy?
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of building a that's part of the importance of building a team,
Yes.
and a support system, and things like that, and having people around you, you know to help with that. Because when you have people around you, even if it's just some simple support, it does make things a lot easier. And I think people, I know we've touched on that before. People really undervalue that.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And then then that's how you get burnt out, because you're trying to figure everything out for yourself
Yeah.
instead of utilizing the expertise of all the people around you who they naturally and easily can do that. They can easily. Like, it's not, for example, there's certain things that are, they it's not a heavy lift for me. I can do in 5 minutes, but it takes other people hours. Why not let me do the thing that takes me 5 minutes and not be a heavy lift, easy to do, and we figure out how you can do what is your expertise, what is easy for you to flow and do.
Right. Right. And I can go back to, be a part of checking yourself, really taking a good look, and like you said, you got to start your day. You got to make that time, make that space
Come on.
for you, so you could be analyzing things like, okay, look, reality is I know this and this takes me a minute to do, but I could do this and this, and you um work on that, and work on yourself, work on how you respond to people, work on, because especially with a lot of new business owners, and coming into the line of work that we do, whether it be business, online business management, VA work, or whether it's task doers or whatever. And I see it a lot in VAs. A lot of them, especially when they're new, are kind of like a yes type person. They just say yes to stuff, and that's one of the quickest ways that will get you burnt out.
Oh my word. And that's why I would advocate for any VA that is looking for community to work with Abby and myself, because if you're looking for a powerful referral partner, if you're looking for a place where we're going to ask you, what do you want to do? What do you absolutely not want to do?
Hmm.
Where where's your what's your zone of genius?
Yeah.
And we want to put you in opportunities for you to operate in that zone of genius.
Yeah, with the
And
with the
then
right
we also
people.
take away that desperation that business owners sometimes have, which cause them to do and get to the burnout piece.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, we want to see people win, right? We want to see people succeed and stuff, and do it at a pace where they don't have to go through as much burnout, because I mean the burnout really, it's no joke. It can take a toll on somebody physically, mentally, spiritually, if you're a spiritual person and stuff. I mean, it really can, and it's nothing to just play with and just be like, oh well, I'll just get over it and stuff. No, sweetie, you gotta make that time, you gotta make that space for you and figure out what's going on, retrace your steps if you have to, and analyze, whatever situation, or situations that you have been in to be put in that. And I'll be the first to tell you, yeah, when I was just a VA, yeah, I was saying yes to just about anything except for social media management. I knew that was not for me. That in the marketing, like I knew that, but just about anything else, it yeah, I'll do it. And boy, when I tell you the burnout hits so quick, and the imposter syndrome, which I know we'll talk about at your event and stuff, but yeah, I mean, oh my goodness, it hits so quick. So, it's important to create that space for yourself, and like, like you were saying, check yourself on, um, what you're doing, what you're allowing, right? Um, and things like that. And it's important to have that. It's important to have that work life balance. I think that
Oh yeah.
plays I think that plays a huge part, in it, to have a healthy work life balance, where you're taking the time out for yourself to recharge and not think about work and things like that, but you're also, um, you know, very in tune with your business and and yourself, you know. Um, I know it can be hard to separate work from, business and stuff like that, but I mean, if when you're a business owner, you got to be in tune with yourself.
I'm so happy you mentioned that because when being in tune with yourself, that goes back to something that I talk about all the time. You must be a thriving you in order to have a thriving business.
Yep.
And burnout is not thriving, okay? Burnout
Right.
is basically you're on the cusp of depression.
Mhm.
And then you're going to lose your passion for your business. And the whole reason why you decided to run a business is because you were passionate about this thing. And also, you are stopping the world from experiencing your purpose
Yep.
because you did not work on your thriving. So I'm going to put the link. It's bit.ly/ your thrive plan, that I'm going to put in here for people. This is a free resource where you just go and create your thrive plan, and um you'll get it in your email, and it just maps out like what is it in conflict, what do you do with your behavior. Going back when I was talking about like how do you know that you're healing from burnout, is you take time and hold space with yourself to do this kind of thing. Like you take time to hold space to see, okay, I'm in conflict, what am I naturally wanting to do? Oh, I naturally want to fight. I want to neglect myself and fight to get it done. I'm going to get busy to get things done. But
Mhm.
that's not what I want. That's not what I should do because that's neglecting myself. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to go do some deep breaths. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to talk to a safe friend. I'm going to I'm going to do some meditation. I'm going to walk on the beach. I'm going to take a time. I'm going to take some moments, slow it down, take some moments, and get myself centered. Then from there, I'm thriving and I can make a decision about what to do in that conflict that is the best decision for myself. And you can, once you really start doing this practice, because it's an operating system, you will not, conflict will happen and you will rebound easily from it instead of sitting in it and enduring, because we're not here to survive and endure. We're supposed to live and thrive.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's supposed to be, and one of the things that I know you like to say is, you like for things to come easy for you, right? And if we're not thriving, if we're not checking ourselves, right? If we're not taking that and allowing that space for ourselves, when we allow burnout to creep in, things are not coming easy.
Yeah.
Things are more challenging because you don't have a clear mind to um, think about what the wiser decision should be, right? You're just focused on wanting to get it done, whatever the task may be. And I understand deadlines and all that good stuff. I mean, I get that.
And
So
it's so funny that you would say deadlines because if you really do this operating system, um, first of all, you'll be ahead of deadlines, but
mhm,
also it doesn't take you 5 minutes to regulate yourself. It really doesn't. If you just take some deep breaths or call a friend, or take a walk, you can do a 5 minute walk. Just to take the step away from it just for a moment. It doesn't take long to get ourselves centered, to then be able to take ourselves out of that mode inside of our body that is on high alert, because we're not supposed to be living in a space or interacting in the world on high alert and tense and reacting. We don't have, and the reason why we naturally do that is with evolution, we had to survive certain things like lions coming after us, or being in the jungle and something hurting us. But we don't have these circumstances anymore, right? We don't have to run from or be in a space of I have to react immediately anymore.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know what I would do in that situation, to be honest. And yet we fight our own these days. I'm sure if I talked to somebody who was from way back in the day where they had to fight lions, they probably wouldn't know what to do in some of our situations, right? And the things that we have to deal with. Um, but yeah, and it's one thing that people need to that people that I want people to take away from this is it's okay to take a moment for yourself. That doesn't, make you any less of a business owner or, a person for that matter. I mean, it's okay to just take a moment to reevaluate because like you said, if you're not, if you're not operating from a healthy place, within yourself and stuff, you're not thriving. And that goes into what we talked about before. That goes into your reputation as a person for your business. And the last thing we want is to have a negative reputation, right?
Oh yes. And one thing about having a VA or staff or people who are working with you, first of all, you're naturally going to be a little bit more organized because you want them to have what they need in order to do what they need to do for you. So it naturally, you having someone that works with you naturally makes you be more organized, makes you communicate more, makes you check in with yourself, because you have to delegate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Yep. That's
It,
going back
it,
to that
it
work.
helps you to have better time management. It helps you to have better energy management. It helps you to be in community with another person.
Yeah.
I just feel
Yep.
like I need as many people as I can. Like anybody, everybody, I want them. Come on, let's work. Let's be together. Let's, I'm so excited about every opportunity that I have where I get to have another person work walking with me with towards my vision.
Yeah. Like I said, that's going back to that support, which is super, super important. I mean, it's there's no way around that. It's really important. But and it's so important to take that time for yourself. I used to and I stress that because just me, when I was getting in the earlier stages of getting my business started and things like that, I mean, I felt selfish for taking a moment to myself
Oh,
as I was
say that.
working and stuff.
Speak. Let's speak on that. That's
Yeah, I mean, I'm because I'm a person who likes to serve people in their business and things like that. I don't like the feeling of being selfish, but also taking that moment to figure me out, that has been some of the biggest growth spurts in my life. Not just in owning a business, I think, and stuff like that, but also just in my personal life. Just taking a second to figure me out. That's not selfish. You can't pour from an empty cup. You don't. You have to learn. You have to
you
learn what you
you
can.
you cannot. You cannot. And like this is something I'm so happy we're doing this every week as a reminder to people every week that just take a moment. Just sitting here with this 30 minutes with us. We're here from 11 until 11:30. And we just want you to just, this can be your moment where you just kind of at least sit, listen, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, what's your energy level? What's your time level? Do you feel supported? If not, Abby can help you with that. If but or you can reach out to the people who are your social support system and delegate or ask for support.
Hmm.
Just take this moment. Like if you hear this later, anytime you hear these 30 minutes this week, just take a moment and reflect on what do you need to have a satisfying life. And once you
Yep.
have a satisfying life, you'll have a satisfying business. And
Yeah.
that is living.
Absolutely. Ask yourself how is your work life balance? You know, I mean, everybody needs that. How are you? You know, are you setting boundary? Are you setting healthy boundaries? I think it's good to ask those questions to yourself and to just check in with your, with yourself in there, and check your boundaries, especially when you're feeling burnt out, and like I said, burnout, it takes a toll on you mentally, physically. For um some people really can't physically handle the stress of burnout, so it's important to be aware of what's going on and of yourself and the boundaries that you're setting and the things that you are allowing.
Yeah, you said something right there. This is all of this is you allowing yourself. So that you saying that is basically you got to take ownership that you've got yourself to this point. You did this to yourself.
Yeah. And you cannot control what other people do, but you can control you. You
Yes.
can control what you allow, you can control your boundaries, you can control your, work life balance and things like that. I mean, and that's why it's important. That's why it's important. But we're gonna wrap up over here because we got Erica's event, Imposter Syndrome, over on your page. So we're gonna go ahead to that. But before we go, I'm gonna put a I don't even know if I can put a link in the comments here, honestly. Um, but I do have an outsourcing guide for if you need a VA to help delegate some of that work off of you to help get your self together, for the sake of your business and things like that. I have a whole outsourcing guide for outsourcing a VA and the importance of that and what you can expect. Um, I will
I
let me
got
send
it.
it to you. You got it? Okay,
I
great.
got
Because
it.
I can't put comments in here, but please check that out. I would love to talk with you more if you are looking for some help or some relief or just some support. um either me or Erica would love to talk and chat and see what we can do to help. But we will be back here next Wednesday at 11 a.m. and talk more about business owner burnout. I just think this is a conversation that really, honestly, it can go on and on, because it's so important to talk about the reality of it, because I know a lot of people go through it.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of people are are going through it and don't even know they're going through it.
Yep.
And I feel like that's when we first started doing this. I didn't recognize it, or I thought I had said to myself, and I don't know, I may be speaking to somebody that, oh, I don't get burnt out because I'm inspired. I feel inspired in my work. I feel excited about my work. I like doing my work, but when you are not, when it's all about your work all the time, you're not doing anything that you love outside of what you do. Like, for example, I like to paint, I like to dance, I like to listen to music, I like going to the beach, I like traveling. If I'm not doing any of those things and I'm focusing in and continuously working and working, and letting that be the all of my inspiration, or even, or something that I would do is I will go on Canva and create things on Canva for my business. So I'm still working on my business, but that was the way that I was releasing and to so-called care for myself. No, our lives are not supposed to be bombarded with everything that we're doing for our business. It needs to be that you're going out and having fun, you're giggling, you're laughing, you're exploring, you're excited, doing other things. And I just want to tell you, I am a testament to this, you all. I, since I've been doing this with Abby, and Abby knows this to be true, I've had such an overflow of opportunities to come into my life when I have relinquished so much pressure I put on building my business, and I've allowed all the seeds that I've planted to actually be then grow and harvest. But I can't keep planting seeds and expect also harvest to happen.
Right. Yep. You got to give it time. You got to give yourself time.
You got to stop
You know.
messing with it.
Yeah.
You got, I
Yeah.
think, if you all don't take anything from this, when you feeling burnout, it's time for you to stop messing with it. Stop messing with it. Give it to somebody else to mess with.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, at this
That's for
point, I don't
sure.
even go to my LinkedIn. It's so funny. I don't even go to my LinkedIn anymore. My daughter does my LinkedIn, and I be hanging out in Abby's LinkedIn. That's why I like to go, and I feel it feels good to me to work on somebody else's stuff.
And I know I sure appreciate it. So,
Oh, honey, and I'm doing stuff, and I feel so good about it. Like, listen, you see, I'm doing stuff, and I love, and it feels so good to me. Like, there's a part of me, I know what it is. I am addicted to helping. I know that, and so, but I'm in a reciprocal relationship with Abby, which is a different thing, right? So I do
yeah.
enjoy helping. I enjoy serving others, and I get a high. So every time somebody schedules a VA schedules with her to get a meeting, it makes me so excited. Like, yes, I did that. Like, I talked with them. I got them to do this thing. I Now we have people who are amazing. Like, I am proud of myself. But what's so funny is I'm not as proud of my own business and like what I'm doing or what's going on in my business as much as I'm proud of what I was able to do with Abby's. And let me tell you, that's how most VAs are. That's how most administrative people are. We like to esteem other people.
Yeah. That is
And that's who you
definitely
need to be a part of your life. You need people who want to esteem you.
yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just love the support. And I love being supported because I don't going back to your why, right? I know a lot of people, especially as new business owners, they're always like, go back to your why. No, my why does not understand. And I will say this with my why does not understand, the importance and the passion that I have, for what my business is, you know what I'm saying, and the position that, it will, put us in and things like that because I mean, they don't even know. They're not, so they can't, I don't even talk to them about it. I don't even talk to them about, my kid, like I said before, my kids think it's cool, but I don't talk too much into it because honestly, at the end of the day, my kids want to get on video games and they're not interested in anything else. I mean, I got a typical teenager and one that's almost a preteen, so whatever. But I love the support. I appreciate the support. I think it's amazing. I've never really experienced anything like that outside of, this until I got serious about myself, and I wanted to learn myself and understand what, worked for me and stuff like that, taking moments for myself. And when I got serious about myself, that's when things started taking off. And I'm so grateful. So,
Yeah, yeah. Listen, but guess what, Abby? You asked for this, and you asked for this. You prayed for this, and this is what you deserve. Like, and whoever may be listening to this, and you came to this because you said business owner burnout. Ooh, that made you say, "Ooh, let me stop and listen." Well, guess
yeah.
what? This is your announcement. Hey, it's time for you to delegate. It's time for you to take your hands off of it. It's time to stop pressuring things to happen and let go and allow someone else to esteem you and esteem your business so that you can get to your thriving, and then you will have a thriving business, a supported business, a safe business, an enhanced business, a business that is scaling. You're never going to scale if you do not allow other people into your business to allow it to grow.
Yeah. And allow them to support you. So I'm
That actually takes a lot. And I want to say, if you are thinking about it, congratulations to you. It takes a lot to relinquish that control. A lot, that's the issue with a lot of business owners, is controlling, thinking that they're not going to be able to manage things because other people have their hands on it. But a person that comes in as a VA can actually, well, actually, no. If you work with Abby as a COO, she's going to make sure you have the systems around you to ensure your VA is supported and you are supported, so that you have the standard operating procedures in place, which is different from you interacting with the VA separately, because they may not know how to do the systems and processes and procedures piece of it.
Yeah. Because people don't even understand how important the systems are,
The
you
system
know?
is everything.
Right,
the
right. But people
system
don't
the
understand
system
how.
is everything. And what's so funny is, I don't know why people don't understand the system is everything, because the system is what is caused people to get to a point where they think they have to overdo themselves, and not, and overwork and work so hard. Like, that's a part of a system mentality.
I was just going to say that, that right there, if you have the right systems in place, you've already eliminated a lot of, or at least one avenue where burnout can come through.
Yes.
Because it's written out. All you got to do is follow it.
And that's all you have to do, is follow it or hand it off.
Right. Or
Then
delegate
you
it. Right.
know it's done well. And if it isn't done well, the only thing you got to do is say, okay, in the reporting process, what happened? Okay, well, it looks like this part of the system isn't working, let me tweak that piece. Or the person who's doing the system is hard-headed and won't do the thing that's supposed to be on, that's written out for them, and so you get rid of them. There you go.
Yep.
It can be so easy.
Yep. That is one avenue you can definitely take to eliminate burnout, because it's right there in writing. And you do the same thing though. You definitely make sure them systems are in place too. So, and
I
it's
don't play
and
about
it's
that.
good.
Let me tell you, I'm at the point now where I'm at the point now that if I don't sit and write a list before I get started on anything, I don't get started on nothing. The list has to happen before I can get going on doing anything, because I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to do unless I have a list, and that's how my daughter is. She's writing a book called if you give a kid a plan.
That is so interesting.
Yeah, because seriously, I think that sometimes the issue with many people is they don't have a plan.
Yeah.
If you give somebody a plan and that person actually follows the plan, they can go somewhere. If
Oh
they
yeah.
follow the plan and be consistent with the plan, you can't help but do something is going to happen. Things are going to unfold. But you are going to have to commit to the plan and be consistent with the plan. I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
like weight loss. You have a set your plan, and you're going to eventually get to where you're going. Over the course of since January to now, I've lost 5 inches. Okay, if I just keep the plan going, the same plan, I'll lose another 5 inches
Yeah.
by the end of the year. That means I lost 10 inches in the year.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? It
Oh yeah.
it can be easy, and it should be. Or you can haphazardly just run around being busy, doing all kinds of things, stressing yourself out, stressing everybody else out.
And we never want that. I mean, because stress is not fun to deal with. That's a huge that's a huge cause for burnout in itself, right there, is stress.
But I have to say, sometimes people don't even know how to not be in stress,
Oh yeah, that
or
yeah,
they'll
that is
go look
very,
for
very true.
something, or they'll look for something. Going back, we're finna go over to into this other thing, and that's a characteristics of imposter syndrome is self sabotage.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
like Abby tried to end us early, I tried to end us, and then we got going again. We got to go. We're going to
We
go over
we are
to
here.
how imposter syndrome causes burnout, combat and thrive. So, you all can just stay here if you're in on any of the places that I'm streaming into. Just stay right there. You'll see it pop up. Um, and we will see you all next Wednesday. Okay. Have a great, no, not have, create a happy day. Bye bye.
Absolutely. Bye.